Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm finally back after almost 2 months, I would say. I think life just got very busy, especially considering the fact that I'm across multiple platforms on here, Instagram, TikTok, now Substack. And so I think everything just got really busy and hectic. Although I haven't even been posting that well on those platforms either. I think there was just a lot of personal life to take care of. But now I'm finally back, and I thought it would only be right to come back with a spring related haul. I will do a separate video for some high street pieces from Massimo Dutti, Mango, Arket and COS. And as always, it's made very clear which pieces I purchased myself and which pieces have been sent over in the description box of the video. I also tend to mention it in the description box. It will say that it's PR or sent by brand alongside all the links for all the pieces that I mention in this video. You may also notice that there's a slight difference, and that is I'm wearing jewelry, well, proper jewelry. I'm very happy because today's video I'm actually working with Idyl, so we'll get onto that in a second. But I've got some really cool pieces on my ears which I'm experimenting more and more. I think as I've gone away, I stepped back a little bit, I slowed down, and I realized that there was a couple of things that were missing in my style. Not so much clothing, but actually things like I didn't feel like I was matching my hairstyle properly with my outfit. Whole different topic. I'll probably mention it in another video. I think I will do a longer format Q&A video where I answer some of your questions, and one of the things that I've been prioritizing a bit more is accessories, what accessories I'm carrying, jewelry, things like that. We have quite a few pieces in this video. We have pieces from Net-a-Porter, as always. I've placed quite a few orders on there. We've got pieces from Toteme, Citizens of Humanity, so denim, Almada Label, Róhe, Andiata, a faux fur coat that I actually shared. It's not spring. There's only one piece in here which is not very spring-like, but I wanted to share it because I know I've shared it on my channel before. I only did it briefly. I didn't share much detail, so I decided to feature it again. We've got some very incredible chocolate brown accessories, loafers, bags, belts. As always, I will leave my Instagram and my TikTok on the screen now, and also in the description box of this video in case you want to see what new spring content comes out on those platforms. Again, I haven't been as consistent as I would like to be, so I am coming back into my routine, and again I'll discuss that in a separate video. Starting off, I have my pieces from Idyl that I'm currently wearing. As I mentioned, this first portion of the video is in collaboration with Idyl, which is a brand that I actually had seen across many of my favorite creators here on YouTube. Now, typically I'm the type of person where if I see something too often, I'm skeptical. However, one of my main issues that I was facing with my style was the lack of accessories, whether that was in the form of jewelry or if I just wasn't styling my hair in coordination with the outfits. One thing that I really wanted to tackle was jewelry. So I currently do have pieces on both ears. On this ear, it's technically speaking 3 pieces because these are modular pieces of jewelry. You essentially have your stud. I have here the medium stud. It comes in petite, medium and big, if I'm not wrong. I picked up the medium because I didn't want anything that was too big, especially considering the fact that these are diamonds. They are sustainable lab-grown diamonds and then 14 karat gold, which to me is really important because I still buy costume jewelry. I can't wear them for prolonged periods of time without my ears reacting to them and turning a greeny blue color. But on the left ear right now, I have again the medium stud, and then Live, which is the one that's sort of a riser. It goes up. I will put close-ups on the screen so that you can see. Also gives the appearance of me having more piercings. I only have 2 and I'm not planning on getting any more done, I don't think. And so earrings like this are a fun way for me to make it look like I actually do have more piercings. And then underneath I have Lucia, which is the one that goes underneath your ear. There is actually another one called Bea, which is so stunning. I really want to get my hands on. It's the same sort of underneath the ear, but the shape of the diamonds is slightly different. Lucia is actually at the back because one of them goes at the back and then Live is at the front. I can actually wear them together, but I can also take off Lucia and just have Live and vice versa. Or I can actually just not wear any of the attachments and just wear my studs. And then on the right ear, I have the solar cuff, which actually comes in 2 forms. I don't have any cartilage piercings, and so I have the version that detaches just like that, but you can get the version that has a piercing spot here and then another one here. You can actually just use that instead of using the cuff. If you can hear raindrops, it's because I'm in London and of course it started raining in spring. If you hear that, I hope it just creates a cozy vibe. But these are the pieces that I've picked out and I just think it's so nice to have high quality earrings for spring. I mean, I say for spring, but I'm going to wear these 24/7. Another thing with them being in a 14 karat gold is that you don't have to take them off as often if you are, let's say, showering, which to be honest I usually do take off my earrings, but because they're 14 karat gold they're not going to be tarnishing. So I would say they're really good pieces if you want to just invest in a high quality pair of earrings, whether that's just the stud to start off with and then you want to add. I think it's also a really great gift. Buy someone the studs for Christmas and then maybe for their birthday you can give them the additional pieces to create different designs, especially considering the fact that these are 4 diamonds. The price point is really good. It's actually decided to start raining pretty heavily now, so hopefully that doesn't affect the audio, but I do have some pieces from Net-a-Porter. Now again, I have been away for quite some time, but even before then I hadn't filmed an updated haul in a while. I have some pieces that I've had since before Christmas here, so I didn't pick these all up at once, but I did keep the boxes so that I could share them with you. In the larger box we have 2 things, one of which you would have already seen on my channel and I've already also filmed a review of. The first thing I have is actually a bag, and this one is from Toteme. Again, you would have already seen the video on this just before I left for quite some time, so I will leave it linked in the description box of the video in case you want to see more in-depth details of the bag. It's the belted tote bag and it's in the dark chocolate brown croc effect. I've been wearing this bag non-stop. I went to Paris for Fashion Week and I wore it every day. It was pretty much the only bag I actually packed with me and I got a lot of use. Hopefully you can see it because I do have some packaging over here. I have some things in here because this is actually my daily, or it's been one of my daily bags. I love this bag. There isn't as much to say about it considering the fact I filmed a video for it, but it has been the perfect, very chic option of a bag, especially considering the croc effect. I think it's just added the perfect amount of texture. It's similar to the whole jewelry situation where I just felt like because my style is quite minimal, sometimes it feels like it's lacking. So pieces like this have really just been helping with the rest of the pieces in my collection, some of which I've had for years. It's just brought back the life in them. This is just one, for the most part, large compartment, and then it's got a pocket at the back, and then this is a shoulder bag. So again, even just being able to see the croc from the side and that dark chocolate brown richness is just so nice, and you can just wear it like this. It's been complementing so many of my outfits. It also does have a little clutchy thing to close the bag and then you can fully belt it. It doesn't have a zip, so for when it's raining like today I probably wouldn't opt for this bag, but it closes up to that much. But again, I have a full video on this. The next piece actually is not in this box. I just forgot to put it in, but this is a piece that you might laugh at me for having again, because if you remember correctly, these are a pair of shorts from Toteme. They are Bermuda shorts, and I have already had these before. However, I made the mistake, which sometimes happens. It's not so often anymore, I wouldn't say, but sometimes it happens. I decided to pick up a very similar pair from H&M, and I thought that was it. I was going to return these because they were a little bit not baggy, but at the time I wasn't really into the more oversized Bermuda shorts, so I found some from H&M, which I'll also put up the video. It was in a previous haul and you would have seen me do a side-by-side comparison. However, I ended up returning these and then I kept the H&M ones. I haven't really worn the H&M ones, maybe because when I ended up getting them it was already quite far into maybe summer. I can't actually completely remember when I picked that up. Either way, I didn't really get much wear out of it, and I then have now picked up a few pieces that I feel like would just complement Bermuda shorts so well. And I was watching back the footage from that haul and realized these looked incredible. You guys were right. In the comment section, so many of you said you preferred these and I still went ahead and returned them. Now, the perks of doing all of that 360 was that when I first picked these up, I believe I had paid around £360 price mark, if I'm not wrong. Again, I'll leave pricing on the screen. And as for sizing, I went for the DK32, which is the same size and everything that I went for before. I wouldn't even be surprised if this is actually just looped around back to me from when I returned it, because I found them in the sale and this was, I think, the last size available, if I'm not wrong. But I'm just very happy to have these again. I think it will look really perfect, especially with some of the satin tank tops that I got from Almada Label, which I'll share with you in a second. I just think it's going to look so incredibly chic with a pair of shorts like this. Even thinking about it, styling Bermuda shorts with dark chocolate brown with with croc, and so I'm very excited to have this back in my collection. And sometimes that happens, sometimes you do that just to get back to the same piece. And then I actually picked up a pair of denim jeans. These are from Citizens of Humanity, and they are actually my first pair of jeans from the brand. I actually spotted them because there was a picture on my Pinterest which I could not stop thinking about. I did a Google search, like a deep Google search, found the original creator of that picture, and then in her comment section she had mentioned that it was these. These are the Devi, I believe they're called the boyfriend jeans if I'm not wrong. I got these in a size 23. I actually picked these up months ago, so I'd have to check, but they had a 23 left. Now usually I'm a 24, and I believe all the reviews that I was seeing were actually saying to size up. For sure you need to size up. So I was thinking 23 is already quite small. I mean, I usually wear a 24, so the fact that it says to size up and I'm now sizing down, I'm not optimistic this is going to fit me, but I've only got one shot because it was the only website really that had these left. And I picked up the 23 and they're perfect. They actually probably need to be made not smaller, they fit perfectly. They have that boyfriend relaxed look, so if anything I would actually say to size down. But the only thing I'm going to do is get them hemmed a little bit shorter, just because I prefer a little bit more of an ankle jean, and these are a little bit more of a proper straight leg. They also have buttons all along the front. I always love when it's like this because you don't ever forget to zip, or in this case button, the front part of your jean. This with a really nice top. You can style it with so many different tops and create a whole new outfit each time around. Again, pairs really well with something like a dark chocolate croc. So again, this is how I shop. I always get pieces that go with pieces that are already in my closet. And then actually, funnily enough, 5 minutes before sitting down to film this video, this one arrived because I ordered it in yesterday, and I like to get Premier delivery on Net-a-Porter, or Net-a-Porter, however you want to say it. These are actually belts. Now, I actually think I'm going to exchange these for a different size. I actually still need to see if I want to keep them anyways because they just arrived. I usually don't get things real time and share it straight away because I need sort of a discovery period. Everything goes through my entire closet and I pair it with things that I already have, and I can see whether or not it works. I haven't even had the opportunity to put this with anything, so you'll have to bear with me. This is in a size 65. It's from the brand Anderson's, and they are this leather belt with the croc effect. Again, I'm really loving a croc effect to add texture and details to my outfit. It's not quite, if I compare it with my Toteme bag, you'll see that this one is actually a little bit deeper. This is a little bit lighter, which I think pairs so well with an all white monochrome outfit, or all ivory monochrome outfit, or just black tailored trousers. I think something like this is gorgeous. I also felt like I was missing a belt in my collection that had this sort of masculine rectangular hardware at the front. I have a very small waist. I got them again in a size 65, which I think even my Celine Triumph is a 70 if I'm not wrong, or a 75. So I do think I like having more leather to wrap around. This is just a little bit short, and it will only work if I want to wear something high-waisted, and that's not how I buy things. I like to make sure that they're versatile. They can be worn high-waisted but also on my normal waistline, so I might size up in this. And then I actually just got the identical pair but in a black croc effect. So again, I just felt like this would look so nice with an all black outfit, an all white outfit, grey and black, grey and white, anything really. It is quite a yellow gold as well. I just felt like I was missing things like this. All of my belts are not as yellow gold as this. The next pieces that I have are from Róhe, and you may know Róhe is definitely up there with one of my favorite brands. I discovered them properly, I would say last year or maybe the year before, and I picked up quite a few pieces when I first discovered them. You guys seem to have loved the pieces just as much as I did. The cream blazer that I really loved. I also loved the black dress. That was a wool dress with the backless detailing I loved. I also loved the lace top with the satin. Again, some of my favorite pieces. And now they've just gone ahead and launched more incredible pieces. During Paris Fashion Week a couple of weeks ago, I actually had the privilege of going into their showroom and seeing what they are going to be launching in the upcoming months, and all I can say is stay tuned. There are some really incredible pieces. I tried on a wool camel coat, perfect for autumn and winter, so I tried that on, loved it. So many incredible pieces. I was in love. I was there with the team for quite a few hours, just going through the pieces and just falling in love with them. But one of the pieces that I got recently is this dress. Now, if you know me, for my birthday I had a buttery cream, really Camilla and Mark dress, which so many of you loved. I got so many messages from upcoming brides who wanted to get their hands on that dress. I think every birthday is special, but that one in particular had certain reasons for being special, and so that dress means a lot to me, and I do want to keep it and rewear it, and possibly, who knows, when I'm in my bridal era I will bring them back out. But in general, I'm an ivory dress girl. I love these pieces so much. I don't reserve them for bridal occasions. This one has this wool portion at the top. The only thing about this is it's a slightly high maintenance piece. The top you are actually not able to steam or iron, if I'm not wrong. I need to double check on that. You definitely can't steam because I think it's a double, I can't remember exactly what it is. To be honest, it seems like a similar fabric to the blazer that I got, which it doesn't crease very easily, so I don't have to. But I think if you're traveling with it, just make sure that you're not folding it in half. And then the back is actually this open back detail. The bottom of the dress, however, is this satin contrast, also in ivory. You might see there's a little bit of some areas at the bottom. That's just where I had some Tide pen on. There wasn't enough time for it to dry down, so you might see those. But overall, I love this dress. I will put the sizing up on the screen, but if I'm not wrong, I probably opted for a size 34. That's usually the sizing that I go for with my pieces from Róhe. This dress is just impeccable. I love it so much. I'm around 5'6" with slightly long legs, so when you see the try-on clip, just so you know for reference how tall I am, and it fits, I would say, as a true maxi on me. These all came in at slightly different times. So this one I got more at the end of last year, I believe. I wore it in Paris in January, but it's an amazing piece for spring. I did wear it in January, but I could say I was cold because it was wintry back then. It's their Mandarin jackets that have done so incredibly well. They've launched it also in cream. This is the black version in a size 34. It's a very lightweight double-faced wool that can be worn over the top of a full satin look. I wore it with my Almada Label champagne satin trousers. I had also sort of a funnel neck backless top from Source Unknown. That was the same color as my Almada Label champagne trousers. All in all, I just thought it looked so elegant. I think also this would be styled so nicely with a pillbox hat. I've been looking at one from Gigi Burris, I believe, and I'm in love. They just launched an ivory one on the Net-a-Porter site. This piece is so gorgeous and it pairs really well with so many of the things that I already have in my closet. Again, it has these pockets and then it has the Mandarin closure. And then lastly from Róhe, another piece that I wore recently and I had quite a few questions. I just couldn't answer it at the time because I couldn't remember what size I actually got these in. And the thing about Róhe pieces is I don't actually think that the size comes inside. I tried to look on the label, but I couldn't find any information of that. And so because the tags have been taken off, I couldn't remember. But if I'm not wrong, and I will get it confirmed, and I will put the correct one on the screen, but this I believe is in a size 34 on both the top and the bottom. This piece is mostly wool. I believe it's actually a 97% wool, and then the 3% is elastane so that it's a little bit more stretchy and relaxed. And you really cannot see this properly, but it's a belted cardigan. You will see the try-on clip. I've been wearing this non-stop when traveling, especially between London and Paris. When I get on the Eurostar, this is what I've been wearing. When I've been jumping on flights, this is also what I've been wearing. I usually wear it with sort of something like a turtleneck base layer underneath. And then this is the matching trousers. So I just think this is such a perfect, effortlessly chic way of traveling or just wearing it. I mean, this is something that you can also just go out wearing. I wore this set non-stop in Paris with a pair of brown loafers that I got. Maybe I'll show you that next, and then I'll show you Almada Label because I really think that so many of you will love those loafers just as much as I do. This style together, incredible. So again, it's just such a comfortable, with it being wool, it just keeps you very nice and warm, but you look so incredibly chic. It does have slightly lower crotch area, so what I tend to do is I fold it like this, but Róhe has quite long trousers and sometimes longer crotch areas because the trousers are longer. And so for example, I do actually have another piece that I got from Róhe, which are a pair of tailored black trousers. I'll put the picture up on the screen from the website, but I couldn't show it yet because I'm taking it to my tailors. We'll put the sizing up and the pricing up of all these pieces. Again, I'm very happy now to have a relationship with Róhe. These pieces I actually did select myself, but they did send, so I just wanted to make that very clear. If you've watched my videos for long enough, you will know that I was a customer first, and I've spent a lot on Róhe pieces when I first discovered the brand. So I am very grateful now to have a relationship with them, but also their pieces are genuinely incredible. Having the privilege of going and seeing their collections way before they launch, I've seen what they're doing with the brand, and it's just really, really good. The next piece that I got is actually a pair of loafers from Jenni Kayne called the Idyl loafers, and they're in this dark chocolate brown color. You can tell from the bottom I've worn them non-stop. I've had them for, I want to say, well over a month, maybe 2 months, and I've just worn them almost every day. I was looking for a pair of loafers exactly like these. Saint Laurent has recently launched that suede version that everyone is after. So many brands have similar alternatives, from Dune to Marks and Spencer's, and of course Massimo Dutti has this style as well. I love having pieces like this for spring because either I'm wearing ballet flats or I'm wearing this, and then closer to the end of spring I transition into my sandals, my Hermes Oran sandals. I actually just opted for my regular size 39 and they fit me perfectly. Another way that I've been loving styling this, which I did a lot in Paris, was with black trainer socks and then ivory white pair of jeans. So incredible. I did that and was like, this is my new favorite way of wearing loafers. The next piece from Jenni Kayne is actually one that I'm wearing, and it's this 100% cashmere polo neck. Really love these. I have another one from Jenni Kayne of a similar design, if not the same exact one, but in ivory cream. They're also very practical because when I'm filming YouTube videos I wear a mic, so they're just perfect, and they are just really nice also in the spring because you can wear them with a plain white t-shirt underneath and it looks very put together, but a very sort of relaxed, effortless way of doing it. Not too much thought behind it, but probably some thought behind it. Jenni Kayne, they just make really good pieces that I've had in my closet for years after years. Next up, I have some pieces from Almada Label, which if you've been following my Instagram, you probably noticed how obsessed I am with the brand. I would say Almada Label and Róhe have been my latest obsessions for quite some time now, and Almada Label is they just keep creating incredible pieces. I'm very privileged to have a relationship with the founders, and so sometimes I get to see pre-launches and things months in advance of them launching. And again, it's similar to Róhe, where I can tell you it's looking fantastic. I don't think I've ever had any piece from Almada Label where the quality has disappointed me. It's just always good. I love that about the brand. They take time. So there's, for example, a coat at the moment which is stunning. That's not launching until months from now, and that's because they are the type of founders to really perfect on the quality of a piece, and if it's not good they will maybe postpone it if they need to, but they're not going to launch something when it's not good. Speaking of that, I first have here these tank tops. Now I actually have them in 3 different colors, which may come across perhaps as excessive. However, I've been looking for this exact style of tank for a very long time. The only brand that was making it was one that I didn't really want to be sharing on my channel, and so instead I waited and waited until someone else that I really am in alignment with the brand and the founders and the vision of the brand, and they finally came out with these. So when they did, I definitely wanted to get my hands on them. These 2 in particular are the satin version. It gives you that very Saint Laurent feel. Again, I'm just picturing something like, for example, and this is how I shop. Usually if you ever see me in Massimo Dutti, I'm probably getting a piece from the other side of the store, going to the other side of the store and putting them together to see how they work, because that's just how I like to shop. I like to make sure it goes with things that I already have. Brown belt or the black version. And then the slinky top, it's just so fabulous. This with a white maxi skirt with a brown belt and a brown faux fur coat in the autumn months. You can wear it definitely across different seasons. I believe I got these in a size extra small. The good thing about them as well is that they are actually somewhat versatile. So the front is actually a little bit, it comes up higher than the back. The back does have a label, but you can cut the little threads for the label and then have the front be the one that dips a little bit lower. I know that the Saint Laurent versions are definitely more of a lower dip. I did also put together an outfit last spring with a top similar to this. It was a sort of a cotton material. However, that one sold out. Till this day, I get so many questions on that top. So if you're looking for something somewhat similar, Almada Label has this one. And if I'm not wrong, they also launched the black version in the matte version. I also do have it in the matte cream crepe material. and I believe they also came out with it in black. So if you don't want something that's got that sheen, I would opt for something like this, which is again also from Almada Label. I also did get the champagne version, and if you've watched my channel already, you'll know that I have the matching trousers to this from when they launched it a while ago. And so I yesterday actually styled this with the matching trousers and a cardigan that I have from Róhe Paris, and then some ballet flats, and it just looked incredible. I loved it so much. Again, maybe you can see it better here, but the back of it dips. So if you remove the label, you can also have this as the front. I love these a lot. They are my favorite recent acquisitions in my collection. And then to go with the top half of this, I also have got the matching trousers. Now I've been waiting, I believe this one is actually called the Bear trousers. I've been waiting for these to launch from last year because one of the founders was teasing it and actually wore it. And when I asked her when it would launch, she told me, you know, not until like a year from now. So I really did have to wait for this piece. However, one thing I am going to do is take it to my tailors because I think the crotch area is just slightly lower than I would like it. So I'm going to get it taken up. But I think this is just sensational. If you, like me, love the Róhe Gala pants, you will love this. It's a similar elasticated waistband, no pockets, but the Róhe Gala pants also don't have pockets, and again styled with a matching top and then maybe a cardigan or a jacket. Almada Label is one of those brands, I would say, where if you want to look put together without trying too hard, just with a few pieces, getting pieces from here is just the perfect way to do that. And then I actually have some pieces that I have a feeling I've shared before, maybe in a 2024 favorites. This is my favorite things to get from Almada Label, and that's their matching jumpers and skirts. This one is actually not completely matching, but it basically is. This is just their grey line. If you've ever been on their website, it's the best thing for if you like things to be color coordinated. This is the first piece. It's a grey turtleneck, which I also think would style really well with the white Citizens of Humanity jeans, and then brown loafers and this brown Toteme croc bag. Obviously, it goes with other things in my closet. I just don't have my whole closet here to show you, so I'm just showing it with pieces that are also in this video. But it goes so well with other tones that I have in my closet and that I wear a lot. I believe, if I'm not wrong, I opted for a size small in this. I then have the skirt. If you know me, you know that I have got this in also the beige taupe color, which I think is still available. I've had mine for quite some time, but this is the maxi grey skirt. And it's a cashmere skirt. Really love this piece, super nice and warm. You can wear it with loafers. I, for example, have been almost running late on so many occasions, and I just didn't want to think about what I wanted to wear. I've quickly grabbed this, and then when I've gone to the meeting, people have been like, wow, you look so put together. Like, wow, where's this outfit? And I'm just like, I've just gotten up from bed. It's such an easy way to look put together if you don't have a lot of time or you don't want to think too much about what you're wearing. And then I also have this brown one. Again, it will seem like quite a few things from one brand, but again, this is accumulated over the last few months. I, for example, have had this brown set since way before Christmas because I actually remember wearing it on Christmas Day. But since I've been away for quite some time, I wanted to add it all into one video. This set is in this lovely chocolate brown brushed cashmere actually, which was also something that surprised me because typically, especially mostly on the high street, you also do get it with mid-luxury and high luxury brands. A lot of the time when you see this sort of brushed material, it's typically mohair mixed with polyamide. I've seen that combination so many times, and you can go for it if you want. It's just more so about preference and what you like. But personally for me, I've got quite sensitive skin, especially in the winter. My skin gets so incredibly sensitive that I just can't put anything like that on my skin, especially just mohair in general. It doesn't really work very well. I just get super itchy with it. So this being 100% cashmere was wow. Again, I think this, I actually got a skirt recently from Henne. I'll share some more things in more upcoming videos, but I have a maxi skirt from Henne, which I think would look so gorgeous with this. And then my brown loafers from Jenni Kayne, my brown bag from Toteme. So again, you can see everything just works with everything, which I like. And then I have the matching skirt. I think for Almada Label, I usually go size small on top, size extra small on the bottom, and this is how it looks. It also smells quite good because whatever fragrance I was wearing during Christmas, I have to figure out what that was, but I really like it. And then penultimately in this video, I do have the Jacquet faux fur coat that I shared in another video. I think it was the best purchases of 2024, but when I mentioned it in that video, I only had it for a short period of time. However, I could already tell that it was a favorite of mine. It had all the points that I usually have with my favorite purchases, and indeed it has been incredible, but I didn't really share much detail. So I actually got this in a size extra small. I did get that question. Again, I'm around 5'6". It does run slightly oversized, but I absolutely love this piece. Now, it's not one that I will wear all spring long. I do think at the beginning of spring, it's still a piece that I can get away with wearing. If I didn't mention, it's a faux fur dark chocolate brown coat from the brand Jacquet, and I picked it up on the Harvey Nichols site. The only thing that I would change about it is the interior. It's this white material. When I'm walking, for example, and there's movement, you can see this on the inside, and I think it does slightly cheapen the look of it. If it was the same color, it would actually look really, really nice in that monochromatic tone. But nonetheless, I absolutely love this, and I've received so many compliments. I actually had an event, the person who was hosting the event, who also works as a whole on the Max Mara team, loved this coat. So I was like, okay, it's approved, even though I love it anyways, and I would have loved it even if no one else liked it. I did share it a couple of times on Instagram. I do believe it sold out, but I think it might have restocked. I in particular always like to buy things before the season starts, before everyone starts going after that piece. So it's also why I buy Oran sandals in the winter, and they're more readily available and I don't have to chase after them, they're just there. And lastly, in this entire video, I have been talking for quite some time, so after this I'm going to definitely go and get some water. This is from Andiata. Now, if you know me, you know that my favorite pair of white tailored trousers are from Andiata. So many of you love those trousers, and even till this day I still get asked again and again where they're from. This is actually the most incredible set, which to be honest for me really reminds me of something from Christian Dior. It's just so lovely. I absolutely love Andiata, again, for that quality. I would even say all the brands I featured in this video, if you go and have a look at their pieces, you can definitely guarantee that the quality of the pieces are going to be high. Very sturdy. It's currently on a hanger, but it does have slight, not shoulder padding, but it definitely gives you that frame. I like quite structured frames when it comes to blazers, not anything too flimsy, and this is just perfect. I got this one in a size 34 on the blazer, and then I believe I got a 32 of the skirt. This is a very A-line skirt, very feminine, very Dior vibes. However, I do also have another skirt that I recently got from Le, and it's kind of gives off this vibe, but it's more straight on, and I absolutely love styling it with this as well. And then this you can also wear with jeans in the spring with maybe a t-shirt underneath. And just like that, we've come to the very end of this week's video. I'm very excited to finally be back. Definitely let me know in the comment section if you have any particular videos that you want to see. I think spring is one of my favorite seasons when it comes to fashion. I think that's very evident in the pieces that I've been able to select purchase for the spring season. But with that being said, I do hope you enjoyed this week's video, and I hope to see you guys very, very soon in my next one.